Hello guys and welcome again. Today in this video I will show you how to check the battery of your motorcycle with the help of a multimeter. This is a multimeter which you can easily buy from the local market. I bought it for around 150 rupees in Delhi. So it must be around same price in your location too. So we have to keep this on the DC volt around 20 like this to check the battery of our motorcycle. And this range, it has a negative prong and a positive prong. Red one is a positive and black one is a negative for the earth. So with the help of this multimeter I will show you how to check the health of your battery and also the charging current of your motorcycle's rectifier unit.
So I have now hooked the multimeter to the motorcycle's battery. So now we have to turn the multimeter on. So we have to make the multimeter in the DC position and we have to keep it at 20 volts. So look, at 20 volts it is giving me a reading of 13.05. So on an average a good battery will give you around 12.5 to 12.8 on standstill or on the surface. Right now it is showing 13.5 because it has got some extra charge from the ride that I have did. I have rode it in the morning, so it is the battery is retaining the current from that ride. It means it is charging well and retaining the current. So let me just discharge this current. I'll just have to turn on the ignition and play some horns and indicators. Then I'll show you the surface current. So now I have discharged the current that it has retained from the ride. Now it is showing me 12.79. It is a very good reading. Now it is showing 12.8, 12.80, 12.8. This is what a good battery should always show. 12.5 to 12.8, 12.9, that's it. When you ride it, when you check it after ride, then it will show you 13, 13.5 and sometimes even higher. That means it is good. So always discharge that surface current that you have gained from the ride, then check your battery. Now this current is this current is good. The reading is already very good, 12.5 to 12.8. But what most people think that if their battery is showing this current, it means that the battery is good and they don't need to replace it. My battery is almost 2 years old. So the main and the important part is that now I have to check the drop on the volt. That means when I give it a self or when I start the motorcycle, then I have to note how much the drop is there in the volts of this motorcycle. Let me just give it a self and show you how much it drops. Keep an eye on the number of volt that it drops, how low it can drop. So right now the ignition is on and the fuel pump is priming, so it is sucking some current from the battery. So now the volts has dropped a little bit. Now I am giving the self. Now notice how much the volts would drop. Did you notice? Did you notice the drop? The voltage dropped till 10.93. I will do it again, then you can see it. So now it is again gained some current from the starting. So now it is showing around 13.4. It is good. That it means that it is charging well and retaining the current. Let me turn the ignition on and I'll show you again how much the drops in the volt. How much is the drop in the volt when I give it a self. Again, keep an eye on the volt. So now I have shown you the drop in the volt when I am giving the self. So you have to note this. This is a very important step, and a very important point to note. A healthy battery would drop till around 11, 11.5 or 10.9, 10.8 when it is new. When it is new, it will drop till around 11, 11.5. My battery is almost 2 years old, so it is dropping below 11. That is okay. This drop should never reach 10. And below 10, it means you have to change your battery. It means that your battery is about to die and it can give up on you on any time. So keep in mind, whenever you go to a battery shop, ask them to check the drop on the volt when you give the self to the battery. So as you can see, it has retained some current from the previous start that we have did. Again, I am going to start it. Look, this time it dropped till 11.07 and the engine is started and the voltage has increased. This is a very good indication that your charging is working. That means your regulator rectifier is working. Regulator rectifier is kind of a heat sink which converts the AC current from the alternator or the stator of the motorcycle to DC current and charge the motorcycle's battery and give power to the electricals like light, indicator, horn, etc. Everything depends on the RR unit or the regulator rectifier unit. So now we have to check the charging. This current should always increase when you start your engine. So if the surface current is around 12.5 or 12.7, then it should rise above 13, above 14. 14.4 to 14.8 is the maximum number. It should never go above 15 or even touch 15. Even if it is touching 15, then it means that it is overcharging. Let me just rev the engine and show you if it is going above or not. Look, even after revving the engine to 50% or 60% of the RPM, the charging current doesn't go above 14.8. So it means that the charging is good. In my case, it was around 14.6, 14.5. That is perfectly fine. This charging current should always remain. This charging current should always remain around 14.5 to 14.8, not above that. 14.8 is the maximum ceiling that it should remain under. So if it crossed the ceiling of 14.8, then it means that your regulator rectifier is overcharging the battery. It can also lead to your electrical failures, like your headlight will not work and your horn will stop working, your fuse will started to blow off. So if you are facing a issue of fuse blowing out on you, then you should also check your regulator rectifier. In my motorcycle, the regulator rectifier in Xpulse 200 is located under the tank on the left side.
Guys, as I have shown you, the surface current of a motorcycle is around 12.8, 12.7 after discharging the charging that I had from my previous ride, and also the charging current that it is going around maximum around 14.5 to 14.8, which is the maximum ceiling. So keep in notice that healthy battery on surface will show around a current of 12.5 to 12.8, which is very good. If it is a weak battery and a old battery, it might show 11.5. So you might need to give it an auxiliary charge. You might need to get it charged from the market. So it will show you a proper current then. And then to check the charging current of the motorcycle, we have to start the engine and we have to keep an eye on the volt, increase in the voltage. The increase in the volt should never cross 14.8. 14.8 is the maximum ceiling. If it touches the 14.8, then it means it is over. It is good. If it crosses 14.8, it means it is overcharging. And above 15, it is really bad. You should get your RI unit or the regulator rectifier change or check from your service center. So this is how we check. And another important thing to note is the drop in the volt while you give the self start. The drop in the volt should never touch 10 or go below 10. In my case, it was going 10.8, 10.9, the lowest that it went, 10.88 and 10.93. It should never go below 10. If it is going below 10, then you should replace your battery. My battery is around 2 years old. It is still in a good condition. So I hope this video will help you and you would learn something new. When you go to a battery shop, then you know what things you should need to check. So thanks guys and thanks for watching.